Huge loss for Man United as Man City have gone ahead to easily put 3 past us, and they've gone ahead to register themselves another win as they close on Tottenham Hotspur, and they've gone ahead to do the needful to obviously take us to where we belong according to how Erik Ten Hag went ahead to manage this game. Welcome to the United Matters channel. How are you guys and where are you watching us from? Rokan David is my name. You can also call me RD. Now, I would like to let you know that it's really one of those moments that you don't really feel like you have any soft words to our manager, that is Erik Ten Hag, because you cannot allow such mistakes to obviously do what they did. So we are here to obviously do the needful and obviously take blame to Erik Ten Hag because he's the manager of Man United. Out of the first 10 games, we're going to hate to lose 5 and we're going to hate to win 5. Those are 15 points. And we had a chance to obviously close in on City to be just 3 points behind Man City before this fixture was obviously kicked off. But in the end of it all, Man City edged us, and it edged us on the complacency of Erik Ten Hag making decisions that we're supposed to make. I've tried to go live and looks like my internet was really betraying me twice, I think thrice, but things never went on as planned, so I decided to obviously make a recording and obviously upload it onto this channel because most people really want to hear my say about this game. I told you that I see a 3-2 win for Man United or a draw at Old Trafford. Before I said all that, I said all that basing onto the presence of the Varane, Casemiro and Sergio Roglan. But as we went into this game, I knew that they're out, but I really never changed my stance because I thought that we would obviously go ahead and obviously put up a shift that everyone will obviously understand that Man United are really here to play the game. We went ahead to play the game, and the game obviously was good. For me, the first half was okay for Man United, but the only thing that we did badly was not to really kill off some chances that we got and the lack of composure in the final third. Now, where does the game change? The game changes at the beginning of the second half, where Erik Ten Hag brings on Mason Mount into the position of Amrabat. That really blew me away. You don't do that. You don't do that. It was like giving up our game. However much Amrabat had a yellow card, but we've seen players play 90 minutes when they're having a yellow card. How many games has Bruno Fernandes played when he's having a yellow card and he is left on the field of play to play until the 90th minute? Ten Hag knows better. He has the answer. You get? You tell me on that field of play, Amrabat was the worst player on the field of play. That's what Erik Ten Hag wanted to tell me. That's not it. Scott McTominay was having a very bad game. Apart from the shot he really had on target, what else did he have to do? You know, tell me, apart from that shot he has on target, what else did Scott McTominay have to do to play 90 minutes on the field of play? He shouldn't have played 90 minutes. To me, the first player took off the field of play would have been Scott McTominay. You know, get Alejandro Garnacho on to play as a left attacking midfielder, switch Rashford to the right, get Bruno Fernandes back in his position, and see Amrabat and Eriksen play the double pivot. That is it. But what does he do? He leaves that central midfield open and he takes out Amrabat. 4 minutes later, we are 2 goals down. That is it. And City came at us like rain in the winter or like snow in the winter. So it was really a gift to Pep Guardiola, and Erik Ten Hag gifted Pep Guardiola this game. That is it. All the loss is because we've gone ahead to see Erik Ten Hag do changes that we are really uncalled for. The first substitute to come up on the field of play would have been Alejandro Garnacho. You get? Because all what we are lacking was the outlet from either sides of the wings. And what you would have done here is get Garnacho to give you an outlet off the left and Marcus Rashford switch him onto the right to see to it that he doesn't shoot at goal. He just finds himself crossing that ball into the 18 yards box area of Man City. That is it. Guess what he does? He goes ahead and really gets in Mason Mount and keeps Bruno Fernandes, his best player, his best central attacking midfielder, and played him as a right winger for 80 minutes. You know, when I call him naive, people say I'm really disrespectful, but I'm not disrespectful. All what Ten Hag is going to hate to do shows how naive he is when it comes, obviously, playing such games. You know, we've seen people putting in dismal performances, and Ten Hag is going to hate to keep them on the field of play. Has he ever taken off Anthony from the field of play in the 45th minute? You know, he has never. He has never. Anthony plays close to 70 minutes. We know that. So, why would he keep Amrabat off after that 45 minutes played? Man City were not using our midfield to penetrate us, and all the chances they got were coming in from the wide areas, you know, because we lacked people like Rashford and Bruno tracking back very well to keep their men. And sometimes our left backs were exposed to a 1v2 situation. So, Erik ten Hag is the reason we're going to hate to lose this beautiful game of football. And we had all what it takes to win this game. Trust me. We had all what it takes to win this game. And let no one lie to you that we never deserve to win. We deserve to win, but Erik ten Hag just really did us a disservice. Now, let's go to the penalty. Ten Hag is saying the penalty changed the game. It never changed the game in any way. Why? If you think the penalty changed the game, did we score any goal? If the game ended 3-1, we're going to hit say, all right, they scored a penalty, we leveled, and we went ahead to lose like that. But we're talking about a penalty, changing the game, and we didn't keep our composure as a team. He opened up the midfield. After opening up the midfield, he obviously exposed us. That is it. Total exposure from Erik ten Hag, and games of football on and was in the midfield. Eriksson has been playing with Casemiro at the beginning of this season, and all the games have gone ahead to lose when Erik ten Hag played him against Arsenal, against Brighton, against Brentford, against Crystal Palace, which other team? Against Bayern Munich, you know, all those games that Eriksson has gone ahead to start, we've gone ahead to lose. Yet he's having all playing alongside Casemiro, and now you leave him in the midfield with Scott McTominay. Who does that? Who does that? Ten Hag needs to obviously revise his notes because more big games are coming in through. When you look at the fixture of Man United, we are going to play Newcastle next. It's a big game also in the Carabao Cup at Old Trafford. It's going to be on a Wednesday. Then Fulham away, Copenhagen away, Luton Town at home. So those are our next 4 fixtures. And I really understand and feel for him for the lack of players that play into his central defense, you know, Casemiro out and very many others. But all I want to confirm to you is that we are really having a problem with how Erik ten Hag really managed this game. That is it. That is it. I think if you wanted to obviously close it down and make it hard for Man City, why don't you at least get in Hannibal, who has lots of intensity and is good on the ball in that midfield? You know, one will say, why not Kobe Menu? Kobe Menu is a player who is just returning from injury, and this was a game that was beyond him. And I support Erik ten Hag for 100% on getting him on the field of play. But players like Hannibal would have gone ahead to do the needful and obviously put in the shift and run around like a headless chicken. And the good thing we have with him is that he's a player who is really good on the ball. That is him. So for the penalty, it's really soft, but you ask yourself, what was the intention of Rasmus Højlund to do that? Why did he have to do that? That is the big question. You know, that is the big question. Why did Rasmus Højlund have to obviously go on and really put up such a challenge in the 18 yards box area? Sometimes it's not given, sometimes it's going to be given depending on how VAR has gone ahead to really notice it. Against Arsenal, they never even went and obviously revised it. VAR just pushed on. But Rasmus Højlund did something naive about him, because you don't hold the player like that. You don't. But I'm not obviously exonerating VAR because of its inconsistency. But I'm telling you, VAR, if they made a head to make that decision, that game was 1-1, all 0-0, if it ended 1-0, then we're going to hate to say a lot. But you open up the midfield, they attack us and score us 3, everyone is going to forget about the penalty moment. That is it. If that game ends 1-0, everyone will say, all right, it's VAR that gifted Man City that win. But they go ahead to school us at Old Trafford, and we looked stupid. Very, very, very stupid. And I would like to send my kudos to Onana. Today, he has saved us from obviously going like 6 goals down. In the first half, he pulled out close to 3 good saves. He has gone ahead to deny. He denied Haaland close to 3 1v1 chances, and he really took those balls into the corner. That is Onana for you. And it looks like that penalty he obviously won he really saved when playing Copenhagen, has gone ahead to bring back his confidence. And he's a very good shot-stopping goalkeeper, and he obviously stopped us from obviously being annihilated by the side of Manchester City. But it shows you how bad we are looking as a team of Manchester United, and we need to obviously get back by obviously getting to winning ways by beating Newcastle. I understand we are not playing very well, but it's naive for everyone who says Erik ten Hag should be sacked. Let's go to the match stats. Man United 7 shots, Man City had 21, 3 shots on target, Man City had 10, and close to 6 of those were really very, very, very good chances by Man City, but it required the brilliancy of Erling Haaland, of Onana to save us on the day. Then 39% ball possession by Man United. I think I hinted about this when you're obviously starting the game, that I just feel like we're going to have like 30% ball possession and City is going to have 70%. 374 passes completed by Man United. City completed 597. 80% Man United passing accuracy. 89% passing accuracy by City. 9 fouls by Man United. And City had 4 yellow cards to Man United. 1 yellow card to City, and I'm going to talk about Bruno Fernandes, about those yellow cards. 0 red cards to both sides, 4 offsides to Man United, 0 offsides to Man City, 7 corners to Man United, and 12 corners to the team of Manchester City. Now, let me talk about Bruno Fernandes. Now, if you're a leader of the club, you are supposed to be the most composed player on the field of play. Everything you do should be calculative. Don't to fall down anyhowly, be petulant, and really cost our team and give our ball more easily. Now, Bruno Fernandes, as the leader of that club, is the one supposed to tell the players, let's control this game, and now we are 1-0, we are 1-0 down, let's just keep our composure. I never saw him obviously rallying up the fans of Man United. He would have gone ahead to cheer them up. When Haaland scored that goal, we're not supposed to put our heads down. We are supposed to cheer up the fans, like you saw what Odegaard did when we were 1-0 ahead of Arsenal at the Emirates. He told the fans of Arsenal that please cheer up. That's what they did, that they cheered themselves and they cheered up and they came in through and obviously won. They came back and won the game. You understand? So, it's pretty naive, very naive of the captain of Man United not to do what is supposed to be doing in the field of play. He's supposed to tell the players to calm down and let's focus on the game. Because if the fans start cheering us up and they obviously make the atmosphere hostile, even the players of Man City get timid. He didn't do that. They just put their heads down and they said, we are done. You get? So, this is where Luke Shaw, Casemiro, Rafael Varane help us a lot, And we also reflect back to the board of Man United that when the manager says, I don't want Harry Maguire, sell him and get him what he wants. Today in that central defense, Harry Maguire never played very badly, but if Varane was there, would have been a different result altogether. If Lisandro Martinez was there, different result. Luke Shaw, different result. So, we are really having players who down tools, and Ten Hag doesn't want them here, and the management is keeping them here. So there is a collusion of interest in everyone at the club of Man United. And I think Bruno Fernandes, to me, was one of the worst players on the field of play today, according to how we went ahead, obviously conduct him as a captain. And that second goal, poor game reading, and it costs us. We go to the table and how it's really looking. Tottenham Hotspur, 10 games played, 26 points. Arsenal, 10 games played, 24 points. Man City, 10 games played, 24 points. Liverpool, 10 games played, 23 points. Aston Villa, 10 games played, 22 points. Newcastle, 10 games played, 17 points. Brighton, 10 games played, 17 points. Man United is 8th, 10 games played, 15 points. Now, we are how many points off the top 4? 8 points. When you look at how these teams are really performing, Spurs, Arsenal, Man City, Liverpool, we need to be in our A game to see that we obviously find ourselves winning. One will say, Tottenham Hotspur is not going to hate to play Manchester City. We're going to hate to play them. But remember, they've also going to hate to play against Liverpool. We haven't yet played Liverpool. So, Arsenal has played against Chelsea. We haven't played against Chelsea. They've played against Man City. They've played against Spurs. They've played against us. So, Man City hasn't played against Chelsea, hasn't played against Tottenham, Liverpool. So, even teams like Aston Villa are 7 points ahead of us. So, it shows you that we need to put in another gear. We need to win the game of Fulham. We need to win the game of Luton Town and go to the international break when you're having 21 points and see how these other teams are obviously going to perform, because they're also going to face some huge barriers into their coming career. So that is it, and the table has been shown to you there, and your thoughts for the game are welcome in the comment section below. Can David means my name, but I'm pissed about Erik ten Hag as he has been humbled and destroyed by Manchester City. I'm out.